Hello everybody, Heath the Vlogger Guy. It is October 9th day of the reading. And like every night, we're going to add something new to what we got going on here. Tonight's going to be a skeleton on a broom. Here we go. And tonight's book is The Teeny Tiny Ghost. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah. Once there was a timid, teeny tiny ghost who lived in a teeny tiny house with two teeny tiny black cats. The teeny tiny ghost went to a teeny tiny school. He learned his teeny tiny alphabets, shivered at spooky stories he heard about Halloween. He had never been out on that night, but it sounded very scary. Each day after school, the teeny tiny ghost tried to do homework. Haunting is very hard, he told his teeny tiny black cats. They sat on the windowsill and watched. First he booed, then he wooed, till he made the rafters rumble. And he had to hide in his teeny tiny head. And then he howled and yelled till the echo came from the ceiling. And he had to hide in his teeny tiny head. I'll never learn, wailed the teeny tiny ghost. I am so timid, I scare myself. And the teeny tiny tears slid down his cheek. His teeny tiny cat climbed on his lap, licked his teeny tiny face, and purred his teeny tiny purr. On Halloween night, some eerie yellow lights bobbed by the house of the teeny tiny ghost. What is that? He said, holding his cats close, and his teeny tiny heart beat bumpity bump. Then he heard a rap, tap, tap, and his teeny tiny door. Who's there? Called the teeny tiny ghost. Let us in, cried the voices, and they sounded very big. teeny tiny ghost looked around. Could he hide? He slipped inside the grandfather clock. But he shivered and shook till he made the clock chime bing bong, bing bong. The teeny tiny ghost thought he heard would explode, or his head would explode. He undid the latch and escaped. Rap, tap, tap came the knock on his teeny tiny door. Let us in, cried the voices, and they sounded very loud. The teeny tiny cat meowed and meowed. Don't be afraid, said the teeny tiny ghost. I won't run away. I'll keep you safe. We have to be very, very brave. The teeny tiny ghost took a long, large breath. He huffed and he puffed till he felt very big. He booed and he wooed till he felt very big. He howled and he yowled, and he sounded very loud. And then he heard hands clapping, and he heard voices cheering. Bravo for the teeny tiny ghost. It's Halloween. Trick or treat, cries the ghost from his school, and they pounced about in costumes and masks. His best friend Gilbert wore a blue sailor suit. He tooted tiny tunes on his teeny tiny horn. His teeny tiny teacher had a hat and a cap. You can be a magician with your teeny tiny cats. Then the teeny tiny ghost and his teeny tiny friends sailed up the street on parade, and they tapped on tiny windows. They rapped on tiny doors, while jack-o'-lantern smiled in the black night. The teeny tiny ghost gave a teeny tiny giggle and whispered to his teeny tiny cats, Happy Halloween. And that was tonight's story. I hope you all enjoyed. And until next time, thank you for joining us.